Hi, welcome back to Glow Up with Shelly. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to make real transformations to your skin, how to reverse the signs of aging, how to reverse the signs of photo damage. Some people don't think you can do this without resorting to something drastic like surgery or fillers, but I'm here to tell you that that's just simply not true. You can make changes to your skin. I made changes to my own skin, so I want to tell you a little bit about my journey and how I actually started aging backwards. So let's get started. Remember, this channel is all about glowing up, transformative skincare, flawless makeup, and a lifestyle to match. If that resonates with you, hit subscribe and don't forget to ring the notification bell. I post new videos each week and I'd love for you to be part of this channel. So let me tell you a little bit about my journey and what I did to make actual changes to my own skin. So I started around the age of 40. I was going through a divorce. I was in an unhappy marriage for about 10 years. I think part of it was that I started drawing the line, a line in the sand. I had decided there were certain behaviors that I didn't want to accept any longer. And it was a very unhappy marriage. I made a ton of sacrifices. I worked really hard to try to make sure that everything was done, bills were paid, house was clean, food was on the table. And it turned out that I ended up doing the bulk of the work in the relationship. And I'm sure that everybody has that story, you were in a relationship and you kind of made too many sacrifices of yourself. So I had put on weight. I didn't take care of my skin. I'd stopped kind of eating healthy, stopped exercising, doing those things that were positive for me because I was placing so much energy into a relationship that was kind of crumbling at its foundation. And I don't think I'm alone in this. I think a lot of people do this, women, men, especially women, I feel do this a lot. We make tons of sacrifices in relationships and we don't realize that in the end, we end up losing ourselves. So at 40, I started going through a divorce. It took about a year or two for that divorce to finalize. And during that time, I was going to put effort back into myself. I was going to start doing those things that I wanted to do for me. And I was no longer going to be taking care of someone else. And so I did. I started investing in my own skincare. I started losing weight. I lost 60 pounds. I started a brand new skincare routine about the age of 42, and I've been doing that pretty solid up until now. So I'm 47 now. So this was a good 5 years of a solid skincare routine that I was doing. And I want to share some of the secrets that I learned about how to transform your skin with you, my viewers, because I honestly believe that you can do it. I 100% believe that you can make changes to your skin, that you can reverse the signs of photo damage, you can reverse the signs of aging. It doesn't happen overnight though, so it is a process. My own journey was a process and it's still an ongoing process. I'm still doing it to this day. There are people who do not recognize me that knew me prior to my divorce. Remember we had that whole stint with COVID? Well, I kind of went into hiding during COVID because we all did, right? I stayed in my little apartment and I started doing all this stuff. When I came out of COVID, people didn't recognize me. Like I had people who thought I had surgery, like fillers in my face and all kinds of stuff. I did not have surgery. I did not have a facelift. I did not have fillers injected into my face. It was all 100% skincare. Now that being said, I have had a little bit of Botox for my 11s and I've had a little bit of filler in my lips. I'm very conservative about it though, and I don't want to put filler in my face. It's just a personal thing. Some people like it. I don't want to look different than who I am. I know that filler doesn't go away. If I do end up getting filler down the road, I will share that with you, but I have not had any filler and I don't have any plans to get filler in the future. So how did I make changes to my skin? I'm going to give you some secrets today. This is the first part of a 2-part video. I'm gonna share 5 secrets with you, 5 great tips that are gonna help you really get started on your own skincare journey. So let's start with number 1. So I started using a lot of drugstore brands. Remember that I am an educator, okay? I was a college professor, I was a teacher, and now I'm an administrator, but really the bulk of my profession has been in the classroom. This is not being in education, it's not a money-making field. So it's not like I had an extreme amount of expendable income to just buy whatever skincare products. So I bought those things that were at the drugstore. Like I think I used Olay a lot, which I still like Olay. I think Olay is great, but I didn't really know a lot about skincare. One of the things though is I'm an educator, right? And so when we want to do something, a lot of times if you're an educator, you want to learn as much as you can. So that's what I started doing. About 40, I started learning as much as I could about skin and skincare itself and those things that we need to do in order to change our skin. I wanted to find out what are ingredients that actually make changes to your skin. So I started researching that. And that's number 1. You must use actives that have ingredients that are scientifically proven to make changes to your skin. Number 1, that is so important. And there are 5 actives that really make amazing changes to your skin. And those are vitamin C, niacinamide, matrixyl, peptides, and vitamin A. Those are it. And when I say vitamin A, I mean tretinoin, okay? So those 5 ingredients are going to really make changes to your skin. So they should be incorporated into your skincare routine every single day. Oh, and I do have an AM and PM routine. I'm gonna link my PM routine here if you wanna check that out, because everything that I use in that video are things that I use on a daily basis. So that is number 1. You must use actives and those ingredients must be scientifically proven to change your skin. The second thing you need to do is make sure that you're using skincare brands that really place emphasis on the science. There are so many brands, right? The Ordinary, Niod, Timeless, SkinCeuticals, Obagi. These are all brands. Some of them are super expensive, high-end brands like Obagi and SkinCeuticals. And then you have low-end brands that still place emphasis on the science, things like The Ordinary, Timeless, Niod. They all put the science into it, but they're not quite as expensive as other brands like Obagi and SkinCeuticals. But you really need to be focusing, no matter what your price point is, no matter what your budget is, you really need to be focusing on those brands that have the science backed behind them. Okay, and there's some Korean brands that also have that. They have to be trusted brands. Unfortunately, there's a lot of fillers and just kind of fluff stuff in many of the skincare brands, even the more expensive ones. I mean, I think I went to the mall one time and I was looking at the Lancome counter, and I'm telling you, these serums were expensive, but when I turned it over, they weren't any better than like L'Oreal that you buy from the drugstore. So honestly, it's not about the amount of money that you spend. It's about making sure that you buy products that are formulated to make changes to your skin. So that is number 2. It's really important. Make sure that you have those key ingredients and that you're making sure that you're purchasing products that actually place an emphasis on the ingredients themselves and the science behind that. That is going to be super important. But what is number 3? Number 3 is consistency. Think about this. I'm starting a new workout routine and I decide I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning and I'm going to go and work out. Okay. So Monday rolls around, I get up, I start to work out. Maybe I'm just too tired and I kind of just like, oh no, I'm going to do it tomorrow. So then tomorrow comes and I'm like, I'm just 10 more minutes of sleep. And by the time I go to work out, I only have about 10 minutes to work out. So I do a quick little something and then I go on. This happens to me almost every day, right? I keep saying I'm going to work out, but I don't do it. One of the things I have learned about making changes to your body, making changes to your life, period, is you have to have consistency. So that is number 3. You must be consistent, just like a workout routine. If you don't do it, you're not going to make changes. You just can't. So I'm talking every morning and every evening. You will be doing skincare. You will wake up and you will do your morning skincare routine. You will go to bed, and right before you go to bed, you're going to be doing your evening skincare routine. You're also going to be incorporating treatments into your skincare routine, and you need to make sure that you're consistent with your treatments as well. So you need to be consistent with any treatment that you do. Consistency is the key. You need to be doing it every day and every night. When I first started, it was almost like a chore. I'm not kidding. Like, I would wake up and be like, oh God, I got to do my skincare again before I go to work. COVID was the best. Like, COVID was the best because, and I don't mean that like COVID was the best, because you know, we all hated COVID. But one of the good things about COVID is I had more time to do skincare, right? Because I didn't really have to get ready for work. So that was great. But a lot of times I would say to myself, oh, I have to do this again, or oh, I have to do this at night. This was 5 years ago. Right? Now, fast forward to 47, and I look forward to it. I get up, I'm like, this is just part of my day. It's almost like treating myself. At night, I love it. I mean, I take my time. I really treat my skin. I tell it how beautiful it is. I pamper it. I have turned this into something that I look forward to. But part of that is consistency. It takes I think someone said it takes 30 days to form a habit. So try it now for just 30 days. Morning and night, 30 days. Morning and night, 30 days. I guarantee by the end of that 30 days, you'll have formed a routine, you'll have formed a pattern, and I mean you don't miss a day. You've formed a routine, you formed a pattern, and you're going to start doing it, and eventually you will look forward to it. But that pattern has to be there, because if you don't do it every single day, and you don't do your treatments every single week, you're not going to make changes to your skin. You're just not, because you're not doing it, right? So consistency is huge. Okay, number 4, you need to be doing regular exfoliating. This should be considered one of your weekly treatments. Okay, you need to be doing that 1 to 2 times a week. And I would say start with 1 first, because sometimes if you haven't been regularly exfoliating, it can be kind of a shock to the skin. So make sure that if you are doing that, you're doing it, you start with once a week, but eventually you're going to move up to 2 times a week. And some people do it more. I only do it a couple of times a week. You need to be using a chemical or enzymatic exfoliation. Physical exfoliations are fine occasionally, but more and more research has shown that your skin actually does better with chemical, and especially enzymatic peels over physical exfoliation. So physical exfoliation are those like scrubs that have the little beads in them, or they might be like a microdermabrasion. Now, if you're trying to get rid of acne scars, physical exfoliation is great for that. But aside from getting rid of acne scars, chemical exfoliation is what you want to go with. So I do have lots of products. I think I have a treatments I'm going to post that right here. I have a treatments video that goes over all of the different exfoliations that I use. If you want to see what kinds of exfoliants I use and what I recommend, that's a great video to check out. In the meantime, just make sure that you set a schedule. Make sure that you have a few days between your exfoliations. So you might do your first exfoliation at the beginning of the week, and then your second exfoliation like towards the end of the week. So you need to make sure that you're regularly exfoliating. And the reason why you want to regularly exfoliate is that exfoliating actually increases cellular turnover in your skin. And one of the things that happens when you increase that cellular turnover is your skin kind of begins to make new skin more frequently or more often. So what it does is it helps make the skin thicker, it helps smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, it helps increase your collagen production. It helps signal to your fibroblasts that it's time to start ramping up production of new young skin. So exfoliation is really, really important. It's something that you really need to be doing if you want to make your skin more youthful, you want to make it firmer, you want to make it tighter. So that is number 4. What is the 5th thing that you should be doing? That is facial massage or facial yoga. There is nothing better for tightening the skin, for toning the skin, for making it firmer, than to do some kind of facial massage. You could use like a gua sha tool or a jade roller, or I even have the double roll thing. I really love that are relatively inexpensive, but you should be doing some kind of facial massage. When I was making changes to my skin, I regularly used facial massage and I regularly used facial yoga. I didn't go a day without doing it. I did it every single evening. So facial massage will help with tone. It will help with texture. It will help with kind of smoothing out the skin. It's amazing for tightening the skin. So facial massage is something that you want to incorporate pretty regularly into your routine, as well as facial yoga, which is going to help firm and tighten and kind of lift everything up. It's kind of the cheaper version of microcurrent. So there you have it, the top 5 ways to make real changes to your skin. Be looking for part 2 of this video where I tell you the other 5 tools and tips to make real changes to your skin. Leave a comment in the comment box. Tell me, are you making changes to your skin? Do you like what you see? I always love hearing your comments, and I'll see you next time on Glow Up with Shelly.